The World Championship, Super 8, the pinnacle right at the top of international karting. And these are the top drivers. Quintarelli on pole. Rossi, who you saw briefly there, second. I can tell you that the pace car here is driven by a Yamaha legend. That's the type of car. Anyway, driven by 4 times Formula C World Champion Alessandro Picchini. And 34 drivers will go around behind him. Anthony Davidson, I mentioned during the last race, he actually moved up from 26th on the grid to 19th, and that means he will start on the 10th row. Not a heck of a performance, because it's darn hard down there at the middle and back of that pack. It's darn hard at the front also, but at least they've mostly got an open track in front of them. A lot to do for 57 there. A very great deal to do, because that's Giorgio Pantano will concentrate on the front. Quintarelli then was the man who won that one, after Sassetti, who is back 28th on the grid. He finished 28th with the Italian, who led for most of that race, so we'll be watching with interest to see what Sassetti can do. Other names to watch for further back: David Faure, who's moved up to 14th after the first final, a pre-final. This is the big one, to be world champion Super 8. Ronnie Quintarelli will have that in his sights, and Quintarelli's got the lead. He was challenged there, but that's all right, and he flew through the air. It's taken out Mario Saik. Oh, he's taken David Faure out. David Faure's gone as well, and Tony Villander. Oh my goodness me. There they go again, and look for the kart of the current champion. There's number 1, David Faure. His hands go up in the air as if to say, ain't my day. Well, one would have wondered how far David Faure would have got, but it won't be very far now, as Quintarelli leads from Danilo Rossi, who was world champion in Formula Super A in 97 and 92, and Formula C in 92. And Formula A in 1990. He's 25 years old, and watch his laid-back style of driving. The Italian Ronnie Quintarelli is 20 years old. He won this year's European Formula C title for 125cc karts with 6-speed gearbox. So Quintarelli from Rossi. Marino Spinozzi in there as well. Still Quintarelli, fight for the 4th. What a battle. Liuzzi, Gandolfi, Carapatoso, Beggio, and the Dane Ronnie Bremer, who started 11th now. Let's see how far Bremer can go in this one. He was going very strongly before, and there's a real barge on the side of Ennio Gandolfi. Gandolfi with the BRM being forced quite a long way wide there. Bremer, 17. He was going well in the last race, but started to drop back a little bit, but he's got the Birrell going quite well again, but he's in that battle of the second bunch. There's Danilo Rossi right at the front there, and Rossi's got now behind him Ronnie Quintarelli, so that's a reversal. And hot on their case at the moment, Marino Spinozzi. So it's the Tony karts from the CRG, and the CRG in the middle, and the CRG trying to not be in the middle and be at the front. All 3 Italian drivers, 1st, 2nd and 3rd. And Ronnie Quintarelli at the lead of the pack at the moment. Rossi looking to see if there's any space at all. Rossi on Dunlop tyres, trying to make those tyres work for him. And those 3, if anything now, not a big gap, but it's starting to open just a little bit perhaps. Still Rossi in 2nd place. Quintarelli with the Vortex-powered Tony kart, the Vortex team driver, and there's Bremer. Bremer's gone to the lead of that 2nd bunch. So maybe not totally Italian dominated. The Dane on the Birrell. Ronnie Quintarelli. 3 on the cart, 1 on the leaderboard. Danilo Rossi. And Marino Spinozzi. I've had a lot of calls and mail saying, where can you watch this sort of racing in Great Britain? And I can tell you, all over Great Britain there's kart racing circuits. Near London, Rye House. Buckmore Park, south of London. In the Midlands, you've got Kimbolton, Shennington. In the northeast, Warden Law. And it's still pretty fraught at the front here. And that isn't the front, that's that battle for the second set of placings after the front 3. And that is the leader at the moment, Ronnie Quintarelli. And congratulations to the Lincolnshire Kart Club, because they've just celebrated their 50th anniversary at the Fulbeck Airfield there. Well done to them. And to PF International, just across the road, where there was Super 1 racing in Great Britain last weekend. Classic stuff. Great place to go and watch motor racing. Ronnie Quintarelli. So it's the Italian 1, 2, 3. With the man in 4th spot, Ronnie Bremer, the Dane, getting a little bit closer. He's car number 17 when you see him, with the Birrell chassis. But it's still keeping that watching brief. Danilo Rossi with the CRG. From Quintarelli. Quintarelli number 3. Crouch way down over there, trying to get every little bit of air aid. And now you can see their 17 going through. That's getting closer for the Dane all the time. Certainly what a man fancied to win the World Championship, Ronnie Bremer. Not for one moment doubting his driving ability, but not amongst the favourites. I'd love to pick up on Sara Sassetti where he is, but we'll pick up easily with the leader, Ronnie Quintarelli. Danilo Rossi in 2nd place. 57 coming up through the field quite well there. Giorgio Pantano, the Italian who's had all sorts of problems, and he's overcoming them. And that's the test of a real talented driver. And there's one, Ronnie Quintarelli at the front. So Tony Kart again with the lead there. Quite a battle going on with Gianluca Beggio. He was battling, well, there he is with 24 with Kimi Räikkönen. He races with engines tuned as Räikkönen by the former world champion Peter de Brum. Over half race distance. Quintarelli, and Bremer has now moved right up into 2nd place. He is ahead of Rossi. After that it's Spinozzi and Liuzzi, but Bremer is on a charge. He's 20-year-old and the 1998-99 Danish Formula A champion. And he'll need to show championship form if he's going to get past the man at the front, Ronnie Quintarelli. But meanwhile, trying to find answers himself is Danilo Rossi. Rossi after the Birrell driver with the CRG in 3rd place at the moment. And now look, there he is, he's going to have a go, and he went through like a rocket, didn't he? I think that may have even took Ronnie Quintarelli by surprise. So Quintarelli will assess the situation quickly. We have a new leader, and Ronnie Bremer is driving the race of his 20-year-old life. The youngsters really got him on him here. But Quintarelli with the Tony kart is on him too. So Bremer with the barrel, and the barrel team will be looking over that wall, and they'll be saying, oh my goodness. Quintarelli will be saying, I've got him back again. And look at that, this is now a battle royal. Tony kart versus Beryl, and it's Quintarelli who's got back in the lead again. Can he make it stick? Bremer clearly, obviously now, the quicker card on the circuit at the moment. He's really making it work, so much so that the two of them are pulling away just a little bit on Danilo Rossi. As Bremer tries again, and the door slammed firmly shut on his fingers. Ouch, almost you can hear there. And while those two are battling like that, Danilo Rossi, with a real eye view of it all, can say to himself, I can haul them in. I could be world champion yet. That'll be the thoughts of Danilo Rossi. It'll also be the thoughts of Ronnie Quintarelli. And who would deny that this man is showing his pedigree now? Ronnie Bremer, becoming something of a great Dane today. Ronnie Bremer chasing after Quintarelli. That's the left and right-hander, and through it again. And all the time Rossi is there also. So it's an Italian from a Dane from an Italian. And the CRG driver, well, he's just about keeping that gap about the same for the moment. Look over the shoulder, and you won't be disappointed when you do that. And Quintarelli has to let Bremer through. Still several laps to go as Bremer has the lead again. Now this time, can he make it stick? I can tell him something, and he'll know already that Quintarelli will be after him. He'll be hounding him on every corner. And the Birrell driver trying to make himself as wide as he can, not offer the opportunity for Quintarelli to go through, because if he opens half a door, Quintarelli will go slicing through it. This is Bremer. This is Quintarelli. Danilo Rossi not that far behind not to be in the battle. He'll want to close it up very shortly, but for the moment he might be saying to himself, well, they could make a mistake and I could have it anyway. And Giorgio Pantano coming up into fourth place at the moment. He has driven a remarkable final. He started at the back of the grid, did Pantano, and he's soon going to be right up at the pointed end. But that, for the moment, is the property, or was the property of Bremer, as once again Quintarelli goes through. And what can Bremer do? Down the inside again, and Bremer gets him back. Quick look over the shoulder, strategy for the next corner. And Danilo Rossi keeping his powder dry. We might have to fire it backwards in a moment, because Giorgio Pantano isn't very far behind him. And now Quintarelli, what if he's thinking, I'll leave it till later, leave it till later. What's the point of swapping places? Why put him off his line? Let's try and get away from Danilo Rossi. And Rossi will be saying to himself, I want to get nearer, nearer as he gets towards the end. They'll be well calculating how far they've got to go as Bremer keeps it tight, leaves no air at all, and that tight line allows Rossi to appear bigger in our screen at the moment, right behind Quintarelli. It's still Bremer, it's still Quintarelli, it's still Rossi with a quick glance over to see if the other Italian, Giorgio Pantano, number 57, is getting ever closer. I can tell him he is. But it may not be close enough for Pantano to really get in a challenge for third place. Bremer. And attached to him as if by an umbilical cord, the man right behind him, Quintarelli. Quintarelli, smooth as you like. Bremer, equally smooth. The professionalism at this level is quite remarkable. In fact, it has been from all the drivers seen at Formula A and this Super A. This the very top of the sport. Remember these names. Quintarelli in second place. Bremer at the front. Bremer, who started this in 11th place. Mind you, there was 57, a quick flash. He started back in 34th, the last man on the grid. And he's now up into fourth place. Still Bremer, still Quintarelli, still Rossi in third. And the Tony kart driver, Quintarelli, just looking to try and make his move at any time on Bremer, and the Dane with the Birrell holding him off at the moment. And we're on the penultimate lap now. So Quintarelli's got to start the real thinking process. It looks as if Rossi, unless this ends in tears, is going to be third on the podium. but anything can happen yet, and even Giorgio Pantano could pick up the pieces. Bremer, if anything, pulling a little bit around and then across the back. That's the last lap signal. Hearts go into everybody's mouth around this circuit, none more so than this driver who's leading it. Can he do it? It's Bremer from Quintarelli, and Quintarelli is haunting him like a ghost. And Bremer now just pulling all the stops out. Quintarelli in there. Rossi, if anything goes wrong, not too far behind. Quintarelli looked to be slightly out of balance for a second there, but the BEL driver at the front is keeping it up there. And it's Quintarelli who's gone through. Is he going to be world champion? Has Bremer got an answer? Bremer looking for that answer all the time. It's still Quintarelli. Bremer, can he do it? Bremer down the inside. Oh, he's got it back. And that's allowed Rossi to join up again. Oh my goodness, Quintarelli, have you got an answer? Because it's going to be a real shot. That's an even bigger one. Oh my goodness gracious me, Quintarelli has lost his spot. The man who was lurking in third place, we saw Sassetti there coming into the picture, but it was the man who was in third place who gets a surprise victory. Danilo Rossi. Quintarelli finishes in second place, and Ronnie Bremer finishes way off the podium. It looked as if they went straight into the back of him, but then again, all sorts of arguments can issue. There's some arguments that you see sometimes like that when people say, well, they brake too early, whatever. At that stage, certainly coming in very quickly indeed. Quintarelli hit the back of Bremer. There's Rossi on the inside. Rossi to be world champion. Bremer, well, from hero to zero. And Rossi then the winner. Well, Anthony Davidson, give me a credible account for Britain, but had problems closer to the end there, finishing 29th. But Rossi, the surprise winner. But certainly all house would go out to Ronnie Bremer, the Dane. What a remarkable finish to his motor race it will be. But the world champion is this man Rossi from Italy Davanti. Bye-bye.